You can see Tonka and Sierra look very different. See, come on, let's go. I'm going to break out the cheese, the big artillery here. They look very different, and there are, was that good, that bite? There are different subspecies within the fox family, just like the wolf family. The most common of all the little foxes out there is your red fox. Then you have gray, silver, Arctic, desert, and black foxes. There's one other type of fox out there. It's called a cross fox, and that's the result of a red fox mating with a gray fox. And you'll get this very mottled-looking little guy. That's the only other type of either one would mate with other than their own kind. Okay, so let's see if you guys can tell me what Sierra here is.
Yeah, thanks. Red fox.
Desert fox?
No, all right, now, see, a lot of people might think she's desert because she's the color of sand, right? But she's not a desert fox. Let the kids, I heard the adults seem to know. Go ahead.
A red fox?
Red fox with a light color to her coat. Now, what's happened to Sierra? Up until about 3 o'clock during the day, this is a very sunny yard. The sun has literally bleached her dark, rusty red coat to blonde. So like me and maybe some of you, she's guilty of changing her hair color. She does hers naturally, though. Now, if you'll notice, more and more we're starting to see the lighter coats on red foxes because these little guys have adapted very well to something, and that is hunting during the day. As more and more people take over territory, food is not as easy to come by for these little guys, so foxes, being adaptable, now hunt during the day. So, as they spend more time out hunting, they get a lighter coat like Sierra. I think she's very pretty as a blonde. Okay, so Sierra is a red fox. What's Tonka? Say it if you think you know it.
A black fox?
They both have the white tip on the end of the tail. Only a true red fox has that. Now, when you have the cross fox, the red and the gray that mate, you might have white throughout the tail, but you will not have the white tip on the end of the tail. Only the true red fox. Now, these little guys confuse people. They look like canines, act like felines, and smell like skunks when they mark territory. So people aren't quite sure what family they actually belong to. They are in the canine family, but there's something a little different about foxes than other canines. While you could take a domestic dog and crossbreed it with a wild canine, wolf, coyote, dingo, you cannot do that with a fox. It's genetically impossible to do. My daughter and I were watching the Ellen show about a month ago, and someone had sent her a video in of 2 foxes playing in the backyard. Only these little guys were playing on the kids' trampoline. One of them was sitting with his head cocked off to the side watching his friend jumping up and down and up and down. I guarantee you those little guys that sat in the woods and watched the kids playing on the trampoline and figured, you know, that looks like so much fun. We're going to try that out as soon as the kids are off. So they are a lot of fun. They're the only animals that have figured out how to get rid of fleas in the wild. And they all use this trick. The first thing a little fox does is find water, preferably deep water with a fast-moving current. Then he will search for a stick. Now, they say if he's really infested, he'll choose a big stick, but if he doesn't have too many fleas, a short stick will do just fine. He'll hold the stick in his mouth and slowly wade out into the water carrying it. The deeper he goes into the water, the higher the fleas move to get away from the water, until finally all the fleas have run right here to the top of the head. Last part of the body above water, he'll simply take the nose, tilt it up to the sky, and slowly start to sink the head under, which causes the fleas to rush to the nose. Not much room there, so they move where there is, right out onto the big stick he's holding. And when the stick is loaded with fleas, the little guy will simply drop it into the water where the current will take the stick and fleas downstream, and he is now flea-free. So pretty smart little guys. You need your eye drops, I see. Tonka has eye allergies this fall. We don't know what's causing them, but our vet gave us some medication, and every now and then his little eyes get runny like today, so I'm going to have to give him his drops later on. So who would think a fox would have allergies? Okay.